I think it is time for solutions. I think it's time to show them that we are no more going to allow them to come to our country to destroy our country, because these three countries, but the top three countries, it's Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and Mozambique. Those three countries are destroying our country here in the south, in the southern of Africa. So we are telling you now, stop your ways. Stop your nonsense that you're doing in our country, because when we react, you are not going to like it. And we are telling you Zimbabweans, we are telling you this Lesotho people, we are telling you Mozambicans, when we react as South Africans, you are not going to like. The whole world will be watching what's going on. When the fire starts burning, the whole world will be watching, because we are warning you right now.
In this particular second quarter, we were able to apprehend about 8,135 individuals who were attempting to enter the country illegally through the ports of entry as well as the respective segments of the borderline. Of that particular number, 4,092 of them were found to be undocumented, 2,061 were fairly just inadmissible, and 1,982 were undesirables. As always the case, in terms of historical empirical data, the majority of the intercepted individuals in that second quarter were led by Basotho nationals, followed by Mozambicans, Zimbabweans, as well as Eswatini nationals.
They come to our country to hijack our cars, hijack our buildings, hijack our houses, and we should keep quiet. We should welcome criminals in our own country. 8,000 was arrested and deported back where they came from. But how many came in? How many came in? If that person is still alive, the person who created the word Ubuntu must be arrested, because that person is a criminal. That person is a criminal. That person created the word Ubuntu to fool our people. More medications keep on leaving our country illegally. They keep on stealing our medication also.
However, about 5,000 units of illicit birth control pills, as well as 117 medical test kits, were intercepted and destroyed.
They continue to bring drugs in our country. They continue to bring illegal guns in our country. Mozambique is bringing illegal guns in our country. The guns that you see roaming around our streets, some of them are coming from Mozambique and Zimbabwe. They are bringing guns, illegal guns in our country. The same guns that are destroying our communities are coming from Mozambique.
Individuals that are moving your guns, for instance, particularly from our eastern corridor, particularly from Mozambique, highly sophisticated, but we keep on engaging and we keep on, deflating the setups. The second biggest, obviously, Iman, as we have said in the statement, is the illicit cigarette, particularly coming from our northern border. This one is with Zimbabwe. Here we talk about the interception just in 3 months of around 827 million. That is almost $1 billion worth of illicit cigarettes.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on how much it is. Kubachi from South America, Kubachi from North America, Kubachi from Asia, Kubachi from Australia, Kubachi from Europe, Kubachi from Africa, the mother continent, Kubachi from the Caribbean, Kubachi from anywhere around the world. Professor, you bump it to my voice, Professor, you bump it to my face, Professor, you bump it to my YouTube channel. My name is Hlulani, the Tsonga Prince from South Africa, from Zanzibar. For sure, you're probably asking yourself, what am I doing here? I'm here to talk about what's happening around my country. I'm here to talk about what's happening around Africa. I'm here to talk about what's happening around the world, but most of all, I am here to come and defend my country from those who think they can come to a country illegally. I will be the first defense force. From those who think they'll come and corrupt our country, I will be the first defense force. From those who think they'll come and work in our country illegally, we'll be the first defense force. From those who think they will come and sell our white powder in our country, we'll be the first defense force. More than 77% of you guys are watching my content, but you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel. I don't know what you're waiting for. So kindly hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. So every time when I upload my video, you're the first one to get my videos for free. Don't forget to subscribe. It is free. Mahala. Let's continue to hit the subscribe button by free too, so that I can continue to make as many videos as possible. Don't forget also to hit that join button, become a member, contribute to the channel. Less than $2, less than 30 rand. You can become a member and support the channel so that I can continue to make as many videos as possible. I need your support. I need your support. So by faith, let's continue to support the channel. Don't forget also to subscribe and joining. Those are two different things. It is only when you hit that join button, then you contribute. Don't forget, subscribing, it is free. Mahala, you pay nothing by faith. So let's continue to hit that subscribe button so that I can continue to make as many videos as possible. I also want to say thank you to my returning subscriber. I also want to say thank you to my new subscriber. I also want to say thank you to you just subscribing right now, because I know you are hitting that subscribe button. My page. So let's continue to support that so that I can continue to make as many videos as possible. So by faith, there's something that I want us to talk about, but I think we already know the song. It's the same song over and over again. And I think South Africans, we are tired about these few nations that are coming to our country to destroy our country. And I think it is time we stop talking and we act. I think it is time for solutions. I think it's time to show them that we are no more going to allow them to come to our country to destroy our country, because these three countries, then I see even the fourth one that now is jumping in. But they're not the only one of it. We still have other ones that are also destroying. I'm talking about here in the SADC region. You would never hear Botswana doing all this nonsense that they're doing. Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Lesotho, Malawi, and all these other funny countries are here in our country to destroy. But the top three countries, it's Zimbabwe, Lesotho, and Mozambique. Those three countries are destroying our country here in the south, in the southern of Africa. And I think we as South Africans, I think we are tired seeing these people every day destroying our country. We need to have solutions. Talking, I think it's enough. I think even themselves, they know. And they're going to regret. They're going to regret. They're going to say, we did not warn them. We are warning you. We are warning you. We will act. And when we act, it will never be nice. It will never be nice. So we are telling you now, stop your ways. Stop your nonsense that you're doing in our country. Because when we react, you are not going to like it. And we are telling you Zimbabweans, we are telling you this Lesotho people, we are telling you Mozambicans, when we react as South Africans, you are not going to like. The whole world will be watching what's going on. When the fire starts burning, the whole world will be watching, because we are warning you right now. Stop the rubbish. Stop the nonsense that you're doing to our country. We are not doing the nonsense that you're doing in our country, in your country. We don't come to your country and do the rubbish that you're doing in our country. Take this as a warning. Take this as a warning. If you are a leader in Lesotho, if you are a leader in Zimbabwe, if you're a leader in Mozambique, if you're a leader in Nigeria, if you're a leader in Malawi, if you're a leader in Somalia, if you're a leader in Ethiopia, and many, many other countries that are destroying our country, take this as a warning. Don't say that we did not warn you. Don't say that we did not warn you, because enough is enough. We are not going to allow you to always come to this country to destroy. We are no more going to allow you to bring your nonsense in our country. Enough is enough. But Fetu, we are going to the festive season. And I promise you, they are ready to destroy our country. We must be ready to fight back. We must return fire with fire, because we cannot sit. Our politicians, our leaders have failed this country. They continue to fail this country. Imagine the BMA. They're supposed to be getting a budget of 100%, and they are only given 25%. What can they do with 25%? You can see these leaders, they want this country to fail. The intention is to make sure that this country fails. You cannot give the BMA 25% when they're supposed to be getting 100%, even more than 100%, so that they can guard this country. You are giving them a budget of 25% of what they should be getting. They should be getting 100%, and you are giving them 25%. And what do you expect from men and women who are there at the front line defending this country? We cannot allow this rubbish of it. I want to play you. Watch, listen to this disturbing clip that I'm about to show you of it. It is always these three main countries that are always making sure that our country is corrupt, or they keep on doing all these criminality things in our country. But watch, listen to this first clip that I'm going to play you of it.
Targets that had to be implemented, and out of those targets we basically were able to achieve 11 of those, which effectively put us at 92% achievement rate in terms of the targets as contained in our annual performance plan, obviously despite the persisting challenges that are widely articulated in as far as the capacity around the authority. Further, I want to indicate this quarter was characterized, which is quarter 2, was characterized by heightened operational activities, which were mainly driven by the number of preparatory meetings for the G20 Leaders Summit, which took place within the country. Just in a period of 3 months, the BMA facilitated a number of dignitaries which came to attend more than 40 various G20 track meetings in various parts of the country. Further, we have also observed in quarter 2 of 2025-2026 that Groblersbrug, port of entry with Botswana, facilitated a significant number of members of the Zion Christian Church who came to attend their September pilgrimage at the city of Moria in Limpopo province. With all these activities, the BMA immigration officers processed a total of 9,283,658 travelers as they were entering and leaving South Africa in the second quarter of this financial year. This represents an increase of about 23% of processed travelers compared to the same period in 2024, where we processed just around 7,576,650. And of course, with the help of surveillance technology, mainly the drones, in this particular second quarter, we were able to apprehend about 8,135 individuals who were attempting to enter the country illegally through the ports of entry as well as the respective segments of the borderline. Of that particular number, 4,092 of them were found to be undocumented, 2,061 were fairly just inadmissible, and 1,982 were undesirables. As always the case, in terms of historical empirical data, the majority of the intercepted individuals in that second quarter were led by Basotho nationals, followed by Mozambicans, Zimbabweans, as well as Eswatini nationals. And of course, this is a reflection of the consistent, long-standing migration patterns within the sub-region. And of course, trend-wise, there hasn't been anything unusual. Therefore, if we are to look at the incremental figures, the border guards had effectively been able to stop around 505,065 individuals from entering the country illegally since the deployment of the first contingent in July of 2022. So that is a representation of what we describe as an incremental figure. In addition, in the same quarter, about 15 high-powered suspected stolen vehicles were intercepted as criminal syndicate attempted to smuggle them out of the country. The vehicles were handed over to members of the South African Police Services for further processing.
I don't know how many times are we going to speak, Buffett, about these Zimbabweans and Malawians and Basotho who are always coming to our country to destroy. More cars are getting hijacked. I can guarantee you that they did not only just hijack the cars. And for sure, some of the hijacking, some people lost their lives because of these illegal foreigners who are here in our country, destroying our country, hijacking cars, doing as they please in our country. We know who are those countries. It's Malawians, Zimbabweans, and Lesotho, who are doing all of these things. Lesotho, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans, Malawians, all of these people are the ones who are doing all these crimes in our country. They're not the only countries. You have Nigeria, you have Ethiopia, Somalia, doing their own shares of criminality in our country, and they expect us to keep quiet. South Africa, it is time for action. We cannot sit and get butchered and we don't defend ourselves. We cannot sit and watch them hijack our cars. We cannot sit and watch them, they steal our livestock. We cannot sit and watch them rape our children. We cannot sit and watch them do as they please in our country, hijack our houses. It is time for us to respond fire with fire. We are warning them. And we want the world to know that we have, I don't know how many times I've came in and reporting these things every day. We want to let the world know that we are no more going to keep quiet. We are no more just going to speak on social media. Enough is enough. We are tired. They come to our country to hijack our country. They come to our country to hijack our cars, hijack our buildings, hijack our houses, and we should keep quiet. We should welcome criminals in our own country. Because you're going to be called name because you are a South African. Our politicians are saying nothing. Our leaders are saying nothing. And we are tired as citizens of this country. We are tired. Over 8,000 people that they were arrested. How many of them able to get inside our country? 8,000 was arrested and deported back where they came from. But how many came in? How many came in? And we know the number is probably 10 times done compared to what they've stopped. So South Africa, we can see if we don't act as the citizens of this country, our law enforcement are failing us. And we're telling all these criminals who are coming to our country, we will deal with you. We will deal with you. If the law enforcement fail to deal with you, we are going to defend ourselves. We are not going to sit and allow you to do as you please in our own country. We are going to defend ourselves. And you know what that means when we defend ourselves. We are not going to sit and allow you to do the rubbish that you're doing in our country. We must just come in and report states and states every day. We're not going to come and report states and states every day. We talk every day, and you know you're not supposed to be here in this country illegally. You know you're not supposed to be doing crime in this country, but you are continuing to do crime in our own country. South Africa, what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for them to continue to hijack us, to hijack our cars? Are we waiting for them to do something? Are we waiting for them to do something before we react? Enough is enough. They've done enough to damage this country. It is time that we defend ourselves and defend this country. We cannot continue with this nonsense of Ubuntu. Rubbish. Whoever came with Ubuntu, that person must be arrested. If that person is still alive, the person who created the word Ubuntu must be arrested because that person is a criminal. That person is a criminal. That person created the word Ubuntu to fool our people. To fool our people. South Africa, let's continue to watch this next clip. But South Africa, we cannot keep quiet anymore. More medications keep on leaving our country illegally. They keep on stealing our medication also. They keep on stealing our pills, crossing over to Zimbabwe and Mozambique and all these shithole countries. We must keep quiet. We must keep quiet when they come and finish our medication, when they come and steal and take it back to their home countries, and we must keep quiet. South Africa, we cannot keep quiet anymore. Let's watch the next clip.
And of course, that basically means a delay and all of those administrative issues. Further, around 43,729 health-related consignments were presented and processed in the country by our port health teams. However, about 5,000 units of illicit birth control pills, as well as 117 medical test kits were intercepted and destroyed. And of course, this includes some skin lightening creams. In this regard, the South African Health Product Regulatory Authority, SAPRA, has warned that many of these products contain harmful and illegal ingredients, including high concentration of mercury, hydroquinone, as well as tropical steroids, which pose a serious health risk, such as skin damage, kidney complications, as well as long-term toxicity. In addition, our port health team tested about 969 travelers for malaria, and out of that, around 57 individuals were confirmed to be positive, and they got transferred into the nearest medical facility for attention. In the agricultural space, about 39,316 consignments were presented and processed into the country. At the same time, in this particular instance, about 1,241 CITES consignments were presented and processed for entering the country in the second quarter.
So, Bafet, now, actually, let me not even say now. This because this has been happening for many years. Birth control pills leaving South Africa. They are stealing everything with it. They are stealing any medication to cross over to their countries. They are stealing any pills. In South Africa, we are meant to keep quiet. We are meant to report. We are meant not to respond. We are meant not to defend our country. We must sit and allow them to continue to steal. They're not just stealing medication, but they're bringing diseases in our country. They're bringing diseases in our country. South Africa, we're in trouble. If you don't realize that we're in trouble, we are in trouble. I'm telling you right now, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. We can no longer sit and watch them destroy this country. We can no longer sit and watch them do as they please in our country. This is our country, South Africa. We don't have another home. This is our only home. And we must make sure that we protect this country. But let's continue to watch the next clip. They continue to bring drugs in our country. They continue to bring illegal guns in our country. Mozambique is bringing illegal guns in our country. The guns that you see roaming around our streets, some of them are coming from Mozambique and Zimbabwe. They are bringing guns, illegal guns in our country. The same guns that are destroying our communities are coming from Mozambique. And we're meant to keep quiet. The Zimbabweans are also smuggling cigarettes in our country. On the last second quarter, over 1 billion of cigarettes that they were caught trying to smuggle in our country. How many cigarettes they managed to smuggle? If they were able to stop about cigarettes that are worth over 1 billion, how many cigarettes able to get in our country? South Africa, they're taking advantage of our country. Are we just going to sit and talk on social media? Are we just going to sit and watch these criminals destroy our country? Let me play you the next clip. Watch this. It's so sad what we are going through in our country. It's so sad. And there is no country who's supporting South Africa. There is no country that is saying whatever these people are doing in South Africa, it needs to stop. We are on our own. We need to defend our country. They will claim that they've helped South Africa. They have never helped South Africa. South Africa, we are always on our own. We have always been on our own. They like claiming. Things that does not belong to them. But let's watch the next clip.
South Africa's ports of entry have been busy in the second quarter of this year. The Border Management Authority says it recorded a 23% increase of people who've been processed entering and leaving the country. 8,000 of over 9 million people who entered South Africa between July and September were caught attempting to enter our country illegally. The BMA says nationals from South Africa's neighboring countries. So, Michael, we have 71 ports of entry in the country, and I want to go back to those who were trying to enter the country illegally. And what you shared with us yesterday was the majority of illegal attempts were occurring at some of our key ports, one of them being the OR Tambo International Airport. So just talk to us about what those attempts to enter illegally look like.
Yeah, you see, the biggest interceptions, Iman, out of the 8,000 in the second quarter we spoke about, the majority being Lesotho is on the land port, followed by Mozambicans is on the land port, and of course followed by Mozambicans also on the land port, or what you will call on the land borderline. In terms of OR Tambo, Iman, we don't have much of a challenge. The people at OR Tambo are the ones that are in the category of what we call inadmissibles. That is around 1,800 out of the 8,000. So there we talk about people, for instance, who will be coming from what we call yellow fever endemic country. They are expected to arrive into the country with a proof of yellow fever vaccination, and that is through a certificate. Again, that is a prescription that comes from the Department of Health that we are supposed to implement. When they arrive at the port, they will be having, for example, a passport, they will be having a visa, for example, but for the fact that they are from a yellow fever endemic country, as prescribed by the World Health Organization, we will then deny them entry. We then categorize them as inadmissibles, and they have to then be flown back, and that is the reality. The second category are the people who will arrive at the port who are supposed to be having a visa, for instance, and you find that they don't have a visa, or they basically are having a visa, but they are visiting in a different category. If you visit as a student, you need to have a student visa. If you visit as a visitor, you then need a visitor's visa and all of those. Those are the ones at OR Tambo, but we are not, in terms of the numbers, we are not necessarily concerned too much that side because the levels of compliance had improved.
What about cross-border crime? I mean, how concerned are you by that, and how much of a threat does that pose to, or how vulnerable are our border posts to that?
Yeah, so Iman, again, as we have indicated even in the statement, cross-border crime now is getting too sophisticated. The people that had been doing the basic ones, we've been able to fairly deal with them, but now we are basically dealing with the high sophisticated levels. For instance, individuals that are moving your guns, for instance, particularly from our eastern corridor, particularly from Mozambique, highly sophisticated, but we keep on engaging and we keep on, deflating the setups. We work with our colleagues from the South African National Defence Force, together with the police, particularly the WOC, in terms of addressing the organized criminals that are doing these interjurisdictional activities. The second biggest, obviously, Iman, as we have said in the statement, is the illicit cigarette, particularly coming from our northern border. This one is with Zimbabwe. Here we talk about the interception just in 3 months of around 827 million. That is almost $1 billion worth of illicit cigarettes. And that is why that is one of the biggest challenges. Hence, it also compromises the sustenance of those that are doing legitimate business of cigarettes in the Republic. And those are the kind of issues that we are dealing with. Then there are normal ones where people are just doing, for example, issues of stock theft and all of that, particularly in terms of our central border with Lesotho. But we continue to deal with the situation. We actually engage with these countries and we basically plead with them to assist us to make sure that we collectively deal with these criminal activities.
Well, Dr. Michael Masiapato, we wish you and your team your teams really well. We wish you success over the festive season particularly. We also hope that everyone stays safe. We know that this is a massive operation that's going to get underway over the festive season because you'll have support from Nat Joints. This is our national joint operation.
As you heard, Rafid, Mozambican giving South Africa a problem, bringing illegal guns in our country, Zimbabweans smuggling cigarettes in our country, bringing illegal cigarettes in our country and drugs, Basotho murdering, raping and doing all this nonsense in our country, stealing cattle, stealing livestock. And the farmers will not tell the world that they have been targeted by Basotho, but they want to blame it on black South Africans. They employ some of these people. They will not take any responsibility. South Africa, we need to fight. We need to defend our country. We can no longer sit and watch our country get destroyed by criminals. This is our country. This is our country, South Africa. We cannot sit and watch our country get destroyed by criminals. We can no longer sit and watch. So South Africa, we need to have solutions. We can no longer just sit and talk. Until when are we going to sit and talk and not respond? We need to respond. We need to defend our country. We need to defend the future of our children. Anybody who still defend this criminality, this so-called our African brothers, African sisters who are destroying our country, it is rubbish. They are the main problem. We cannot. When we are losing the country and you are busy defending these illegal foreigners who are destroying this country, they don't care about anything. They are here to destroy. South Africa, let me not make this video very long, but it's so sad what we're going through as a country. It's so sad to see some people defending criminality. And we know the majority of them, they claim to be South African. We know they're not South Africans. We know them, they're illegal foreigners. Some of them is because they've got babies with these illegal foreigners in our country. We are not going to allow nonsense. We are not the one who are having those babies with those illegal foreigners in our country. We did not ask you to go sleep with those people. We will defend our country. We are not going to sell our country because we're busy about Nyoba. Now we must sell our country. My apologies for the strong language, Wafit, but enough is enough. We can't sit here and allow these people. We cannot allow this, Wafit. South Africa, let me end this video here, Wafit. My name is Hlulani, the Tsonga Prince from South Africa, from Zanzibar for sure, Wafit. I'll see you in my next video, Wafit. Sharp, sharp.